When Acumen asked me to speak, thank you. Whenever Acumen asks me to speak, I say, well, I certainly hope I can follow on Jacqueline, because we need to kind of lift up the audience a little after she finishes. So here I am after Jacqueline. Thank you. I was chairman of the board for 9 years, and I'm a board member now. And a few weeks ago, someone in Acumen said to me, you give a lot to Acumen, but what do you get back? And I thought that was a really interesting question, and I thought about it. And I came back and said, here are the things I get from Acumen. And I'm telling you this story because I want you to think a bit about what you get from Acumen. This is a two-way street of getting your trust, your donations, your time, your interest, and for Acumen to deliver on its mission. So I said empathy. Simply knowing so much more about the world than I used to know, I now realize that I am part of this human race in a different way, that poverty is an accident of birth, and that we are all joined by similar needs and hopes and dreams. And the woman I met early on with Acumen, who lives on a dusty, rutted road that is about 3 or 4 miles from a larger, dusty, rutted road. And she lives in a house on, guess what? A dusty, rutted piece of property. But she hopes to build a new extension to her house. She's marked it out in the sand, and her fondest dream, though, is for her children's education. And standing in that sandy, dusty place, I realized she's no different than billions of other women, other people. She's no different than me. The second thing I noticed I said that I feel strongly about is pride. I am deeply proud of my affiliation with Acumen. It is the most important organizational affiliation I have, and I'm proud of its growth, I'm proud of its development, and I continue to feel drawn to its mission. I have no less enthusiasm for its future than I did 14 years ago. I think that Fareed is a little too optimistic that we don't know all the solutions to poverty, and it is not such a smooth path as I think he suggested, but rather it's a hard road and there's a long way to go. Third, community. I love being part of this community. I mean, this community, you people. Because everyone in this room shares some uncommon values. It stands first with the poor, and we care about people in faraway places. This is not a common interest. Most people don't really care too much about the faraway places, and I know the people in this room do. And we understand that their interests are our interests. Fourth, amazement. I am amazed that the heartbeat of Acumen is only 99 employees and 60 entrepreneurs. But that heartbeat has generated impact on nearly 200 million lives. You've heard some of these numbers before, but I'm trying to refresh your memory. 200 million lives and counting. However, although we talk mostly about the investing, Acumen is a complex, multifaceted organization that invests, but it also teaches, trains, consults, partners with for-profit and nonprofit organizations, and it researches economic development in a way to inform our own work, but as well to share with other major papers. Right now we have $91 million invested in 56 companies, and that's what we often talk about, as well as the 200 million people. But at the same time that that's been going on, we have generated through the online class plus Acumen, 270,000 students. There are almost 300 fellows. They are 90 global fellows and the balance of regional fellows that brought high talented people in the local communities together. We have published major publications that have framed and analyzed the Acumen approach to the solutions of poverty. We have changed the approach to poverty and to philanthropy by putting impact at the center of the analysis. And now a new body of work, which you heard Sasha talk about, is aiming to take the lead in the industry of the metrics of impact. The people of Acumen are, to me, stunningly productive. All of that out of 99 employees. Now, we're going to have a quick video made today that reflects our collective vision of the Acumen world. Please think about this vision, and you've heard Jacqueline talk about the future. So I'm summarizing the past, which has been an exciting path, and you can hear from her that the future is no less exciting. Please think about the vision, how you might engage more deeply, and think again about what Acumen does for you. This is a two-way street.